What's up, YouTube? Knight's Edge here again. Got another quick little overview for you. I don't know what to call it. I don't know all the full details of this one. Kind of rare, but well, not rare, I guess, if you're used to hearing me ramble on about stuff. But anyway, this one was sent to me by the artist formerly known as Carco Murdat. Thank you very much for sending me this really cool, awesome custom knife that is out of your collection, and really appreciate that. And it's thanks to people like him that I can review such awesome knives all the time. Really awesome of people send me their knives to check out, and I very much appreciate that. If you want to contact me interested in sending me any knives, check out my email, Instagram, all that's linked down below, as well as my Patreon. Thanks to my Patreons, my channel members, all the people that support me. You guys are awesome. Hit the like button if you like the content. Subscribe if you want some more of it. And without further ado, this is the Randy Doucette. I don't know. The knife itself looks, and I've looked into, watched a good bit of content and looked into Randy Doucette. Randy Doucette is out of Canada. This is a custom knife out of Canada, kind of small batch knives that he makes some really cool stuff. He's got a lot of experience. His Instagram has some really nice looking stuff that he's made. One of them is very similar to this, called the Metalhead. I do not know the name on this one, henceforth it is the Randy Doucette Lefty Flipper. So that's what I'm calling it. I believe Carco Murdat might have actually done a little bit of work to it himself. So yeah, just kind of lightly putting that out there. I do not know. I don't know the blade steel on this one. Not sure on that. And I don't know the model name itself. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into specs here. Pretty cool little knife, aside from my lack of information on it. Let's go ahead and we'll get a measurement on it. Overall length from the tip of the blade to the end of the handle, not really, more along the lines of what I would call like a medium sized knife, right? 6 and 5/8 overall length. On your blade length, you're looking right at 3 inches if you go from the tip all the way to where it meets up with the handle scale right there. And your cutting edge, 2 3/4 measured laterally like that. If you measure the edges individually, because it is a Tonto blade shape, you've got right at 1 inch and just under 1.5 inches there, and just over, well, right at 1.5 inches there. So 3 inches of cutting edge if you measure like that, right? So let's get out the calibers. The stock thickness check right there. Thickest part of the spine, 168 thousandths. Behind the edge, what I would call the primary edge, I guess. Let's see, right at 32 thousandths. Secondary edge, 34 thousandths, so pretty close to the other one. And thickness, 470 thousandths, what I got there. Go ahead and do some size comparisons here. Let's get out, let's see, we'll do the usual suspects first. You got the DLT Knives 80/20.5. that is the slicer variant, and that's kind of a big tell to the size of this one. Not at all a large knife. Not like a baby banter mini size knife, but not what I would call, by any means, my definition personally, a full size knife. All right, so let's get out some more usual suspects. You got the Ontario Knives Rat Model 1 and the Ontario Knives Rat Model 2. So smaller than the Rat 2. While having a little more cutting edge than the Rat 2, actually. Alright. Last of the usual suspects here, you got the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and the Spyderco Para 3. All right, let's get out some. Let's see. Let's go with some more Carco's knives here. Murdet's knives. You got the Maverick Customs Lefty front flipper, and you've got the JRB Blades custom one-off right there. All right, put those up, and let's see what else we got laying around here. Another one of Carco's knives. Red Horse Knife Works War Pig. And you got my Spyderco Spy 27 Mannix 2 with applied weapon stack scales. Alright. Let's see. Let's do standard in the knife world. There is your 8-inch crescent wrench. And your DeWalt hammer. Alright. So, what else we got laying around here? You got a buck 110. Milton's Sky High. Sky High 2. Pretty awesome knife there. And let's see. Let's do a couple of random ones here. You've got the Remet knives. Wild Species. And what the heck? I mentioned it earlier. Civivi Baby Banner. Alright. I think that'll do it for the size comparisons. Alright, so size comparisons. Let's do the weight on this bad boy. Doesn't feel, I mean, it looks, I mean, just looking at it, it looks heavy, but it's really not. There's no, well, there is a little bit of internal milling. If you can see it in there, the holes in there, a little bit of internal milling going on. I don't know, I'm gonna guess right around 3 ounces. That'd be my guess. Let's see how far off I am. 3.6 ounces. All right, so definitely over the ounce and inch ratio. You know, it is kind of a little bit of a chunk, you know, for a smaller knife, but not really a big deal, I don't think. Let's check her out in pocket. Got the old faded blue jeans. All right, that's what she's looking like. Not a full deep carry clip. Really cool looking clip though. I like that. That's pretty cool. You know, you got the holes there. You got the kind of eggshell, I guess, cratery, whatever you want to call it, kind of pattern that matches up with the handle scale, so that's pretty cool. Let's see, we'll do a hardware check. It's a T10 that's in there right now. All right, T8, I believe. Yep, T8 on all your body screws. That's bigger than a T10. So let's see, T15. Oh yeah, definitely a T15. Kind of loose. Yeah, T15 on the pivot. Really cool looking pivot too, right? I think. I like how he does that. That's really cool. I like a lot of the design on this knife. Really, really neat. So that's it. Moving on from the overview specs into the review part. Really cool knife, I think. Kind of small for my taste. So one of the downsides that I would say on this one would be that double clutch, right? So once that right there is where you're clearing the D10 at on this one, and that flipper, you can barely clear that double clutch, right? So if you're not paying attention, or if you're kind of doing it quick or whatever, you might hit that, what they call double clutch, where that flipper smashes your thumb. You know, just gotta be careful with it. Not really horrible or anything, just something I thought should be mentioned. As far as the action on this thing, talking about the flipper, double clutch and everything, action's great on it. You can fail it if you want to, but as long, you know, if you pull it out and you intend to use it on something, not really, it's not really failing. It's got good action. Running on bearings, don't know if you can see, maybe in there, oh, or maybe not. Running on bearings, and then again, this is the Lefty version of this particular model that I don't know the name of. Frame lock up pretty solid, and very good access to the lock bar. I think no issues there. Yeah, it feels really comfortable in hand. For it being the size that it is, I mean, I would say you know, it definitely locks you in that one position. You know, flipper tabs kind of, you know, eliminates you being able to choke up. Even if it wasn't there, though, that the way that handle's designed, you can't really, it's not really designed to, you know, cut like, I mean, you could trigger pull it, but it's really uncomfortable. But in that position, I wear a large size glove, average size hands, I think, and I have a full 4-finger grip on it. Definitely locked in right there, slicing pretty well. Again, nice grind, great grind on that blade. I like that. Kind of a satin finish there. Aesthetically, I think it's really cool the way that he did the handle. Nice indentations, grooves right there. Really like those big, chunky, geary looking jumped back spacers. I'm a really big fan of that. A little bit of jimping right there where your thumb kind of naturally lands. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Overall, I would say this is a pretty good knife, in my opinion. The Randy Doucette, whatever model it is, I don't know. Hey, if you know, let me know in the comments. You know, comment down below. If you know the blade steel on this particular model, even better. Definitely open to suggestions on this one, guys, and really like it. And I thank you, Murdat Carco, whatever your name is today. Thanks so much for sending this one for me to take a look at. And hey, if you guys like the content, hit the like button. If you want to listen to me ramble more about knives or whatever, subscribe to the channel. I do live streams 9:30 a.m. Saturday mornings normally, unless, you know, I have some kind of family or work thing or whatever. Try to keep pretty regular with that, and I'd love to have you. Until then, I hope you have and thanks to Carco also, Murdat, thank you, appreciate this. This is an awesome knife to have experienced. Until next time, hope you have a good evening, morning, whenever you're watching this, and stay sharp.